How you going, guys? Kurtis from Cutting Edge Engineering. Today's job, we have a pair of D10 front track frame cannons in for repair. So what the cannons are used for is to hold tension on the track chains, because over time the undercarriage parts wear out and the tracks become sloppy. Then you can put more grease into the recoil assembly, which will push the cannon out, taking out that slack. And inside the cannon is a big recoil spring, so there is a lot of stored energy in there, and it is in there as a shock absorber in case they run into something with the end of the track frame. You might notice on the end of the cannon there are two big keyways. They are used to hold the cannon in alignment when it's in the track frame. Over time that gets worn out and is something else that needs to be repaired. So the most common time we see these in for repair is because the bogey pin positions have worn out and they need to be reclaimed using the line borer. But those positions are fine. The reason these are in for repair is the bearing sleeves are extremely rusty and damaged and need to be replaced. And this corrosion will damage the seal in the end of the track frame, and then all of the oil will leak out, which will lead to a bearing failure, and over time that will lead to the cannon breaking in half and destroying the end of the track frame. So this component, the cannon into here, is actually one casting, and then they've welded other parts onto it to hold the rest of the track gear. Typically we'll get them without the bogies or anything attached, so this is going to make it a little bit awkward to position this so we can fit the new sleeve, but it's a good thing we've got the overhead crane. So the first thing we need to do is get these positioned so we can gouge off the sleeves. So there are a few ways you can remove the old sleeve. You could use an oxyacetylene and scarf that material away, but that does take a lot of time. You could also use a 1mm cut-off wheel, but the problem with that is you can't see where the tip of your cut-off wheel is, and you can cut into the cannon, and we do want to avoid that. But the way we're going to do it is air arc gouging. That way we can be very precise and only remove what we need to, and we can do it very quickly. But if you don't know what you're doing, it's another way to do a lot of damage. And because we're going to be gouging in the workshop, I'm going to be using my WIA 500 because it's already in here and set up ready to go. So depending how old the dozer is, these sleeves could have been replaced before, and it will be interesting to see if we find any old marks from a cut-off wheel or a gouger. So I'm happy with how far I've gouged that. We can see through to the cannon. Now we're going to see if we can make it move. It is moving, but it's not going to come easily. So what I'm going to do is weld a nut onto the sleeve and then use a bolt to open that up so we can then slide it off.
There we go.
All the rust. Stop.
There we go.
Righto, so we managed to get that off. It looks like the rust and the dirt was just holding onto it and wasn't allowing it to move very freely. And it doesn't look like it's been repaired before. If it has been, the guy that did it was pretty good because there are no marks. But now it's out of the way, we're going to get a wire wheel and clean up that entire area. There's quite a bit of rust in there, so I'm going to get the needle gun and try and remove as much as I can.
Hello.
So managed to get that cleaned up. There is a little bit of pitting there, but it's only on the surface, and there is an undercut there from when it was manufactured. But now we can put this one to the side and get the other one up to the same stage. That's a big nut.
Whoa. In a bin.
Drop it. Drop it. You gotta drop it.
The game is not to drop it.
He's very gentle with these. He doesn't want to wreck them.
It's his favourite one.
Drop it. Drop it. Come on. No. No. Drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Okay.
You win. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Lovely.
So that's a sleeve off our second one and everything cleaned up. Now we're going to get this repositioned so we can fit our new sleeve. Ideally we would stand this up vertically in order to fit the new sleeves because they're about 40 kilo each and we would have gravity on our side helping us. But we can't do that because it's still got the idler mount and the bogey assembly in place. So I'm going to use a piece of timber to elevate it off the ground and then I will angle it as far as I can using the crane. But because I can't leave the crane and the strap holding onto it, it would get in the way when I tried to fit the sleeve. So I'm going to use the forklift and something heavy, which is an old 3508 engine block, to put weight on it and hold it in position.
How far in do you want to go? It's like that far. Yeah.
So that's secure and it's not going anywhere. Now we're going to clean up the inside of the sleeves because they have a little bit of surface rust. Now we've got that cleaned up, I need to heat it and I need to get it to 175 degrees to get it to expand, and then hopefully it goes on with no trouble, because if I get it stuck and I have to gouge it off, it's going to cost about $5 to replace it.
Is it? It is. Something's stopping it in the center. Jesus Christ.
When you're heating something to go over something, it's not too bad because you do have the time to actually remove it before it gets stuck on there. When it's liquid nitrogen, you don't have any time at all before the parent material sucks the cold out of a bush and it just locks it in place. The heat will stay in that for a good 30 odd minutes before it actually bites onto the cannon.
Yeah, okay. That's really, no, don't take it off. Don't move it off.
So we got that installed and we got it seated all the way down on the base. There was a little bit of pucker factor there when it did stop, but it was just because I didn't quite have it straight enough. Something else to keep in mind when installing these sleeves is to make sure you put them on going the right direction. There is an external chamfer that needs to face the end, and that is the leading edge for the seal in the track frame. Because if you don't, it's an expensive mistake. In my career, I've seen 2 of these get put on the wrong way and they had to be gouged off. So that's cooled down enough now. That sleeve has well and truly locked on there. We can get this one out of the way and get the second one set up so we can install that sleeve. So that's our second sleeve cleaned up. I did notice when I unwrapped it, there are a few dents in it. Not sure how that happened. These are genuine parts, but our customer did get them from an aftermarket parts supplier, but that's not going to cause any problems. So let's get it heated up and get it fitted. Righto guys, so that's our second sleeve on, and it went on easier than the first one. And that's cooled down enough now, it's locked on there, and that's this job completed. So this one's pretty easy and pretty straightforward, but there are two moments where this can go wrong and cost you a lot of money. And that is gouging off the old sleeve and fitting the new one on there. But this one was a win. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.
Wow, it actually looks like a cannon now.
How you going guys? Kurtis from Cutting Edge Engineering. Today's job we have a pair of D10 track...
Far out.
It's going so good. So this one's pretty easy and pretty straightforward. Righto, so we managed to get that... So we got that cleaned up. There is a little bit of pitting there, but... So we managed to get that cleaned up. There is a little bit... fucking me. So we managed to get that cleaned up. There is a little bit...
Maybe try changing the word.
Nah, get that word right. Essentially, this is like a hydraulic... I can't even say words. Grease it. Then you that... But... fuck my God. But... help.
Oh my God. Well, and then if it like shock absorbs. Yeah, that's good.
Fuck me. Every time I need to use something, it's fucked up.
Far out.
So I need the hammer for when I immediately panic.
Yes, get the hammer for the panic. Those birds. Where'd they go? What? Well. They won't be happy in a minute.
No one will be happy in a minute.
Having fun. Whee! He's escaping. What is that? Nah, it looks different. It looks like a... Okay, off you go. Don't get squashed. Shoo! Shoo! He looks angry.
Look at that little dude, it'll be hot over here. Just drop it. Drop it.
Oh, he won't drop that. He loves this thing.
Come on. Come on, just drop it. Tough.